عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. اليوم راح نلعب روكت ليج بس أنا مقدمة الخايسة.
صح. لا ما في شيء.
أنا ألعب كل شيء باللعبة كلها. أنا الحين بروح
إيه.
آكل وطالع يوتيوب معاكم
إيه.
عيال البث.
عندي فكرة حمود،
أساطير البث.
اختار روبلوكس أنا وأنت حاليا. اختار روبلوكس
ما
ونلعب
أقدر
شويات.
ما أقدر حطيت اسم البث روكت ليج. ألعب روبلوكس.
لا يعني وأنت تاكل
لا
كذي.
بلعب.
أوكي. أنا بختار روبلوكس إذا تخلص أكيد. نتكلم. أما تكفى قول صدق، قول لي قصص، شو قول لي كذي. يبي يتكلم يعني عارفة.
كذب.
حمود شنو أكثر قول الصراحة. شنو أكثر موقف ضحك صار
ضحكني
لك؟
أنا ذيك مرة في واحد كنا بمدرسة كنا بنروح عند كنا حديقة حيوان. كنا حديقة حيوان. احنا كلنا قاعدين بباص حلو. كان في واحد اسمه كنا يوسف، كان شعره طويل أسمر. زين.
هذاك هو حمود يوسف بالك.
لا ما ذاك. اوكي. زين في واحد عبد الله اسمه ينبي بالضبط عبد الله قيس. عارفه اسمه ذاك عبد الله قيس اسمه. حلو. كان رفيجي هو وما كان ربعي. انزين. كان عبد الله مو عبد الله قصدي هذاك يوسف. تي قاعد يغمز على عبد الله، شي قاعد يطق شي قاعد يوخر شي قاعد يدزه. انزين احنا قاعدين. انزين. كان يمسك لا عبد الله مسك شعر يوسف وتل شي صح في الباص، صح في تطلعه مال شي تحط حنشك بالنص فيه بالنص. لا عبد الله ما عنده شيء، مسك ابو شعره وتل ابو جسمه كامل بس شعره شي وجهه كامل شي بس بطلعه. والله قربت اموت داخل الباص من كثر الضحك وبس.
يقول أكثر موقف صار لك يعني يفشل ضحت شنو صار؟ أعطني 5 إذا عندك 5 مواقف يعني تفشل. أي 5.
في ذيك مرة طقعت زين بالمدرسة طقعت في المدرسة. أقول لا هذا هو طقعت ترى مو أنا. أنا قاعد
يا الله قول والله.
اي والله قسما بالله.
قول 5.
لا بس واحد خذ الثاني.
وأنا مرة
طلعتي برا بس كيمو
يلا أنا بتكلم. أنا لا بقول قصة واحدة. يلا قول.
يلا.
طول العمر أنا مرة علمك شنو راح تنصدم.
شنو؟
مرة كنت قاعد أشوف ناس قاعد يلعبون كرة يعني أخوياي. أوكي. واحد اسمه منصور والثاني يعني تعرف مدرسة هي.
اوكي.
لا أنا أشوفهم يلعبون كرة إلا عن بعد أركض وأطيح عمري وأحاول أمسك الكرة وأخرب طيب رجعت وأنا قاعدة أرد سويت شدة تقريبا تعد أقسم بالله. فاهم؟
يلا باي.
سحبت
شبي؟
للدرجة أنا سخيف
حده.
أصلاً عوري ما في شيء بدي كلها هايات كلها.
يلا المهم يلا باي بعطيتي
يلا
بس كيمو
انقلع
بطق دفن. يلا باي
لا يا أخي
بطق دفن يا أخي ليش؟ عاي اسكت لا تتكلم. وين
في يوم من الأيام
بصكك دفن الحين والله قاعد أول مقطع.
صدق والله صدق.
يلا and the world is calling you يلا بمقطع حلو يا اخي. يلا بين يقول له ما يا اخي ابي مقطع زين. اكيد بني طالعت مليون مرة يا اخي. شيش. نختار هذا. I tries to generate 3 cups in Chicago.
What if it was easier to invest? So your money could grow from a single investment.
Dude, stop! Get your hands up! Come on!
Hi everyone, Donut here. Do I have a crazy shooting breakdown video today where a single suspect thought that he could take on 3 to 4 armed officers by himself. This incident started when a nifty little piece of technology called the Spot Shotter picked up gunshots on South Lawndale Avenue in Chicago. A shooting in Chicago? How crazy. The Spot Shotter things are pretty cool. The city put them up all over the place, and they kind of triangulate where a shot might have come from so officers can respond. I'm honestly a little surprised they can triangulate anything in Chicago with how many shots are fired every day. Speaking of, you guys want to hear some nifty statistics? Why do I keep saying nifty? That's such a dad word. Am I that dad now? Am I that much of a dad now? Speaking of, if you didn't tell your dad Happy Father's Day yesterday, you might need to go ahead and get on that. Will he ever forgive you? Crime stats. Crime stats, that's not crime stats, that's Steam. Let's head on over to our nifty little website. I like to check this website every once in a while. It's called heyjackass.com. They got a new headline illustrating Chicago values. This year in Chicago, 309 people have been shot and killed. 1,472 people were shot and wounded. Total shot, 1781. If I had to guess, based on major news outlets, the police are doing the majority of those killings. Stats. Officer-involved shootings for 2021. Police have killed 3 people and wounded 6. Wait a minute. This can't be right. Surely the police are shooting way more people. Sorry to burst your bubble, A-cabbers, but it's not the cops doing all the shooting. What other stats do they have on here? Father's Day weekend. 10 people killed, 47 wounded by shooting. 66 people have been shot in the booty cheeks this year. 17 have been shot in the wobbly bits. Oh, wait, I was doing a shooting breakdown, wasn't I? Police later discovered that the shots they heard on the shot spotter were fired by a 45-year-old convicted felon at another man. Wait a minute, you can't have a gun when you're a felon? Wait a minute, Chicago has the strictest gun laws of any city in the country almost. How could he have a gun and shoot at people? Reports don't state what happened to the dude he shot at. Looks like he got the heck out of there pretty quick and maybe didn't catch any lead. Police show up and see the guy walking down the street. They say stop, he don't listen, and they continue to try and de-escalate the situation peacefully. Since several officers are involved and the Chicago Police Department uses body cameras on almost all their officers, we have several angles. Let's start off with Officer Perez.
Hey, we're talking to you, man. Hello?
2 seconds in and the officers are already yelling at him to drop it.
Hey, we're talking to you, man. Hello?
They must see something.
Right, everything is being recorded, okay? Everything is on camera.
As always, I try to say this for every single video that I do. If I say something that seems like I'm criticizing the officers, I'm not. We just discussing it for training purposes, and I don't know their policies or their training or their backgrounds. It's still important to discuss. I say that because I don't understand at this point why some of the officers don't already have guns in their hands or already pointing them at this guy if they see something in his hands. Let me know what you think about how the officers handled this leading up to the shooting we're about to watch, because things is about to get spicy.
Hey! Stop right there! Show me your hands! Dude, stop!
For this spicy shooting, let's pull out our high-tech DEA, FBI, CIA crime scene recreation software created by NASA. And God. A bad guy. Walk in this direction. Officer Perez. Police car. Officer Garcia. Officer Nakayama. Gun. As soon as Officer Garcia gets close to the suspect pulls out a gun with his right hand and shoots under his own left arm, striking Officer Garcia in the hand, rendering him unable to fire with his strong hand.
Hands, dude, get your hands out of your pocket. Dude, stop. Get your hands out. What? Come on.
Man's just trying to be like John Wick, but John Dick, am I right? Good teaching moment right there. Practice with both hands. As soon as the suspect gets that shot off, he turns and shoots Officer Nakayama twice, once in the leg and once in the shoulder. Officer Perez, who was following him from behind, gets a few shots off, and one of the officers, not sure which one, hit the suspect in the leg.
Shots fired by the police.
They cuff old boy and start working on their officers. The only wound he has is a shot to the leg. I'm not trying to joke about the officer's injuries, but I've discussed this same situation with other officers before. By this situation, I mean getting your pants cut off because you took one to the leg or, you know, maybe your waist or hip somewhere. Like, man, I hope I don't have a forest down there when they wheel me through the ER and all the cute nurses are looking at me. Even if the hedges were just clipped, you know, I really hope I'm having a sausage day more than a turtle day. You'd be surprised how many cops worry about the same scenario. The two officers who were injured were later released from the hospital, and all their homies showed up to say hey. And of course, as the cherry on top, there's always someone who shows up to yell at police.
You got scissors on you?
I got a knife.
I got my med kit.
Back up now! Back up!
I can't hear what the person is saying, but I'm assuming it's along the lines of, they had no right to shoot that man. Perhaps, hey, I'm screaming because I'm a fucking idiot. Oh, and also the incident is currently under investigation. The shooting is being investigated by the Civilian Office of Police Accountability, which is the independent city agency charged with probing police shootings. Leave it to a bunch of people who don't know what they're doing to look at this and say, oh, it definitely should be investigated for wrongdoing on the officers.
Come on.
Oh, so much to investigate. Not only is Chicago popping off for its citizens who seem to be living in an
مقطع زق.
Oh, I got 154,000. I'm to pass 1 million subscribers.
Don't man.
Is it John Sandman, me, Mertzi, or Sunless Khan, who happens to be in
man.
chat right now? Gotta think about this question, guys. Could be trying to throw you off a little bit. John Sandman. So the throw-off questions were, I'm glad the majority of you guys got that right though. The throw-offs were, me and Sunless had the epic race to 1 million subs. To see like who would be the first to 1 million subs, but during that whole race, John was, he's already been at 1 million subs. He's the OG, okay? This top 5, I think are doing really good, nice. How many YouTube subscribers do I have right now? 2.51 million, 1.48 million, 1.76 million, or 2.23 million? 2.51 million. Just to verify I'm not scamming you guys. And there we are. Alright, next question. Scowls still taking the first spot. Mr. Steak Bake in second. Poochie Smooch in third. Walk It in fourth. Why am I so bad? In fifth. Daniel? Is that actually Daniel? Daniel is making a comeback. What Rocket League car body is this? Paladin, Vulcan, Triton, or Esper? Vulcan. I feel like it's pretty obvious. If I did one of the ones that are like the freaking like Guardians, like Cynthias, or like whatever they're called, they all look the same to me. If I did a harder one, like no one would have got that, but that's pretty easy. I tried to make the second best guess Esper. This just kind of looks like the Esper. But yeah, the majority of people got that right. So I feel like you don't really have to be too big of an expert to know this. Scowl's still in first. Next question. How many different online playlists are there in Rocket League, not including limited time modes or tournaments? Not including private matches, nothing like that. I feel like people might get this wrong. Yeah, there are 11. Gotta remember the casual modes. 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, and 4v4 for casual. So that's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of flex, by the way. Supersonic Legend, working on the twos. That's 7 extra modes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So a total of 11. But Poochie Smooch making a name for himself in the #1 spot. This next question is also about game modes. Which Rocket League playlist is the least populated? Drop Shot, Snow Day, Hoops, or Chaos?
Chaos.
This is a very hard question because no one in chat even plays these. You know what I mean? So you just have to
Snow
think which
Day,
one would
Snow
you
Day.
not want to play. You know what I mean? The answer is
Snow
Snow
Day.
Day. But here's Chaos. 5,900, Rumble 10,000, Drop Shot 2,000, Hoops 3,500, Snow Day 1,900. But yeah, Snow Day is the least played game mode in Rocket League. Poochie Smooch getting the wrong. Scowls taking the #1 spot back. Everyone moving up. All right, next question. Which car was I using when I first posted the Musty Flick on Reddit? I used to be a Redditor back in the day. I used to flex my karma in my bio. First time I ever did a Musty Flick, which car was I using? Way back in October of 2016. Breakout, Octane, Dominus, or Dominus GT. It's the Breakout boys. Oh, everyone thought it was Octane. I figured a lot of people get this wrong, and here's why. Only the OGs know this one. Like, I'm talking on my YouTube channel. It's like 5 months after the first one. Some dude asked me to do a Musty Flick. That is the very first one. Next question. It's 10 points or 100 points for a shot on goal. Not a goal itself,
goal,
but how many points you get for shooting the ball on the goal. Okay, most people got it right. I think it used to be 20 points or 30 points or something. The majority of people got that right. You get 10 points for a shot on goal. Okay, pretty much the same. New question. What was this old Rocket League rank called? This is for the OGs. Legendary, Prospect, Shooting Star, Superstar, or All-Star? This is the old
Shooting
Rocket League
Star.
ranking system. If you haven't been playing the game for more than 3 years, this probably looks like random objects to you. Superstar. It looks like a shooting star. I thought that would be the second most guess. Dude, I remember this was like such a cool rank to get back in the day. Legendary Prospect. We gotta have a talk, guys. I mean, come on. You guys actually thought Legendary Prospect? I put that in there as a complete joke, bro. Alright, next question. How many total Rocket League bots are there? 70, 32, 18, or 54? This is
32.
the halfway point of the Kahoot. 54. A lot of people thought 32. If I didn't look it up and make this question, I would probably guess 18 or 32, which were the second most and least guesses. But there are 54. The Rocket League fandom. All the bots here, man. It's like, there's so many that, I don't know, there's like so many of them. Alright, next question. True or false? Every Rocket League car has 4 wheels.
False. True. True.
False.
What?
Trick question. False. There's one car with 6 wheels in Rocket League. The Armadillo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is an Xbox One exclusive car. No one uses this car. Very trick question. And the next one is this is another true or false question. True or false? In December of 2017, an RLCS player got banned from the venue for eating peanut butter during a competitive match. Think way back. Think December of 2017. Oh my god, my trick actually worked, bro. I made it so specific that people would think that actually happened. That never happened, bro. It's just something I made up, bro. Some of you guys would remember. That'd be in some like BuzzFeed article if that actually happened, man. But no, this has literally never happened. There probably are RLCS players that eat peanut butter, but no one has gotten banned for eating peanut butter during a competitive match. My trick actually worked, man. Did I get anyone? I think I got some people with that. Mr. Steakbake in first, Mystic in second, Shay in third, fourth is Wixie, and fifth is
Nice.
Which Rocket League analyst is this? Gibbs, Lawler, Golden Boy,
Gibbs.
or Turtle? You don't watch Rocket League esports, you don't follow the scene,
لا،
you
مو
don't have a
Gibbs.
good shot at this.
Gibbs
But if
or
you do,
Golden Boy?
this is a very recognizable man.
Could be.
That is Gibbs. I feel like if you're this far in the Kahoot, you probably follow the scene pretty well. Fun fact, Gibbs used to be a pro Rocket League player, I'm pretty sure. Alright, next question. Which Rocket League pro has the most
know.
tournament prize pool earnings? Squishy Muffins, Garrett G, Turbo Pulsa, or K-Dot? Gotta know the research.
Pause.
I knew everyone would say Turbo.
K-Dot.
This tricked me as well, and I made this thing. K-Dop has the most money. I don't know exactly how that works. I think K-Dop's won more like events overall than Turbo or something. Turbo is a 4-time world champion, but K-Dop has earned the most revenue. K-Dop has earned $442,000, 614 cents over his career. Turbo with a whopping 386,000. Okay, we got a new person here. Kevin. Alright, next question. How many cards?
لا
بكمل ألعب والله مو لازم والله حلوة
يا أخي خرافيك زين.
اقسم بالله فخمة
يا أخي شنو اللعبة؟ ورني
مش لازم روبلوكس والله فخمة موصل لاجند.
يا اخي والله انك سحبة زين.
والله حلوة بزيادة.
سحبة.
العب فيها عادي، العب.
مسوي بث على روكت ليج تبى اسوي هذا ولا؟
جرب
شو
عادي،
جرب؟
ما فيها شيء، ما فيها شيء.
شو ما فيها شيء؟
في واجد ناس والله العظيم. شونغ بانج يلعب مرة، قال بلعب انزل مقطع جراند، ولعب واجد العاب واجد.
يلا بشوف.
يا عادي ترى ما في شيء. كل يعني في ناس محدد يحبون التقليد، لا في واجد. البث مو كان نطول شوية، كمل شوية، نقعد نص ساعة وخلاص. اوكي
شنو الساعة؟ مرة 21 دقيقة بس.
قول والله صار لها 21 دقيقة البث.
ايه
لا مستحيل.
والله العظيم انا سكرته ثاني مرة ما رجعت شغلته. انا غيرت النت يا
إيه؟
حمار.
عادي يعني، كامل البث قاعد يمكن ساعتين. حلو يمكن. الو
ايش تبي؟ ها
يودن.
والله ما عندي. بهدية. شو ما يعطي هذا؟ انا عادي اقدر اعطيهم هذا كله، ما احتاجهم، بس استخدم هذا.
هذا انت حمود. اي شوف كم انا. طقني طقة. لا بعدين طقني طقة بسرعة طقني. بس ولا شيء. شوف انا شنو قوتي. تانك. لا هذا موجود. انا اوريه يا عمي. تعال ليش خايف منه؟ ترى مو
لا
عنده.
لا لا سكة.
سكر سبام والله ينحاش ترى ماسكرة. شوف لعبنا فيه. والله ينحاش. بدأ يصير كبير مالك.
هذا طيرني.
ما ارجع. انا اوريك حمود. عشان نقتلهم بعدين ناخذ مكانهم. اوكي
سكة.
كفو شيله. باك. وينه؟
ما ادري.
نحاشي. بس خلاص.
تحتنا.
وين؟
تحتنا.
خلنا. خلاص.
يلا بروح اخذ ذاك.
وين رحت؟
تحت الماب شقني.
انا بروح اخذ دربلتي. سوي ريبيت. اوكي
سكة.
حمود سوي ريبيت في القبيل. ماني طايقة. خلنا مسكين. لا تسرب.
لا اخرب. ايش خرب عينه؟
اي هو كلب بس. مسكين هو طفل ما اعرف يعني شيء.
فادر بروح اسوي الحركة ذيك.
دربلتي عندي كم تتوقع؟ 5000.
نايس. 12,000.
ترى اقدر. تبي 12,000 اجيبها. يلا فين تجيبها؟ عبالك مو الحين تخيل. ما انا ودي اعلم صعبة هذا عليك. ما انا خلي.
شنو
هو بعلمك تسوي الحين. خلاص صبر. ادخل الشاطئ وروح للذهب. هذه تقدر اتوقع تسويها انت. اي انا اقدر.
ها بروتين بار. الله طلع لي بروتين بار.
صح نسيت سبين.
سويت سبين.
حتى انا ذكرتني.
8 اكله.
طلع لي انجري شيك، انجري شيك.
اعطاني اخر شيء بالعالم، اعطاني بس قمة سترينث.
اعطاني 20 كيلتي هذه، بس ترى حلو ترى والله 20. علمك ليش؟
هنا
لان اخر اي عشان اذا سويت ريبيرس هي الكيلت هذه راح تكون مثلها، ما راح تغير شيء منها.
يب.
فمكنسها اول شيء نصحتك. انا قاعد اجيب كل طقة بالثانية اجيب 56، ربع ثانية اجيب 56، تخيل.
خبر رايت فيه.
لا تحاول اغاني واجد.
ما هذا تغاني.
What's good, everyone? From the east to the west,
حاول شنو
welcome back to
بالبعض.
Spider-Man Reaction.
شوف من اقوى، نتهاوش من اقوى انا والله انت.
يلا تعال.
يا بس انا مسوي ريبيرث ها. الابيلتي مالتي 7000 صارت.
انا
شفت؟
12000.
تعال الشاطئ اوكي ناطرك
اوكي.
حق اللعب.
شوف كل مرة يعطي تريد بين يطلع، يعطي تريد بين يطلع، يعطي تريد بين يطلع، كلب. صيدة.
يلا حطه في حق.
يلا الحين بي. انا مو حسري.
شوف اقدر اشتري بالستور. بشتري جيمز حتى روبوكس. لا يبيلي حط.
اوكي وينك 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 وينك؟
الشاطئ.
اوكي انا بشاطئ. وينك تعال؟ ها انت كسر انت حرب. وراك انا وراك. غبي غبي.
راح افوز ترى، راح افوز.
خير ان شاء الله. تعال يلا جاهز.
ايوه كيفك.
يلا طق.
1 2 3.
اوكي انت راح تخسر.
صبر ثانية امشي تالي كيفك. تعال وين راح تروح بس راح تنجلس.
كيف كنت بتنحاش ادري بس بتنحاش. حسيت بتنحاش.
برد من هالشي.
يا طق.
وين؟
يا طق
وينك مفروض؟
وراك طقني يلا.
الو؟
اوكي.
زاد الدم شفت؟ ركبت لي عندك الكاميرا. بقول لك إن عندنا مثل السلاح مثل كل شيء.
تعال.
صبر ثانية. أيوة. وين توي مرشبين توي كبرت نفسي. عادي عيد
عادي
أوكي.
بس انا اخذي لي فل. يلا تعال. تعال تعال. اوكي يلا دمجت انا.
لأنك صغير صادق.
يا كبر نفسي. كم حطيت نفسك انت؟
2.
يلا حطيت نفسي 2.
يلا بسرعة وينك؟
ما هي الفل. يلا تعال يلا هيلفل.
وصل عشرة. انت ليه تجي؟ تعال يا رجال. احنا بادين حر ها؟
وين؟
عند الشاطئ دور.
موس الليجن طقت عشان يموت.
ايه هذا لا الموس الليجن ترى مسوي الريبيرث.
تعال.
ايش انت؟
ولا زق ذبحني.
هو عبالنا معرق وقوي والله. هو عباله
حبيبي احنا سوينا 5 ريبيرث. انا سويت 3 قصدي. وانتم مع 3. انا بعض 6.
محمد يلا تعال مني. انت شفت المكان اللي انت ذبحتني يذبح هذا المعرق؟ تعال مني خذ جيب ضربتي واجد.
هذا عارف ترى.
كم تعطيك؟
50.
ايه انا 56. كم ريبيرث؟ انا 3 وانت 3.
انا مسوي بيرث الحين شوي يعني. ما وصل 25000. الحين لازم اسوي جرايند حق.
مو بالبث طبعا. مو الحين راح نسوي بالبث. حاليا الشباب راح نقعد 20 دقيقة نلعب كذي عشان ما نزهقكم يعني ما نطول بس بزيادة. اوكي حمود؟
انا بلعب 10 دقايق بحول روكيت ليج.
انا بقعد أنا بقعد نص ساعة.
يا كلب يا زق، خرا فيك يا خرا، تعال يا
أنا
كلب.
حدينا بعض إحنا.
شو تحدينا بعض؟ متى تحدينا بعض احنا؟
والله أتذكر.
متى تحدينا بعض؟ شلون تحدينا بعض؟ متى تحدينا بعض اصلا؟
ثانية.
وين رايح؟
فيلم نحوش كذي هسه.
ها ارتحت؟
سريع سريع. أنت عندك بث هذا دمج؟ أنا ترى أنا بموت أصلا. شكرا.
شنو؟
بروح المدينة الثانية بشتري بث، يا رب يطلع لي البث اللي أنا أبيه علشان
انا عندي 25,000 جمز. انا
أبي يجي لي بث ايفولد. يا رب مثلك أبي. يلا هي بث أبي بث. لا ما أبي يلا.
مني خرا ترى البتات، مني خرا البتات ترى. نصيحة تروح من هنا. مني خرا.
حسن ليش يطقني؟ تعال هو عبالة إنه هو أقوى مني. هاش تراني قوي حيل، أنا أقوى منك. ليه؟
ما
إذا
أقول.
صرت مثل قوتك والله صرت سترينج حقتي 14 أقوى منك مليون%.
اي بس يعني انت سويت ريبرث.
إيه
أيوة
صرت
بس.
قوتي هائلة. من البثات
Today you have
اللي
myself, JJ,
ومسوي
and
تشكيلة.
reacting to
هذه هي
inside
بثات
Pablo
التشكيلة
Escobar's
اللي
abandoned secret island mansion.
Is it in the east or the west? Is the real question.
No one knows.
If you
القوة تعطيني 50 والدربلتي يعطيني 50 كذي أحسن شيء.
which one you picking?
Am I getting
لا
caught
لا ما
eventually on the drug?
أبي
Yeah.
أبي قوة.
You get caught for when you're like 70.
When I've lived my life. If I'm getting caught at 70.
Do you know what's mad? These drug lords are living it out, but they're like the widespread implications of their stuff is mental. I watched a few Netflix docs on a couple of the narco gang, and it's mental. Like how like they're living good and just like that
Fucking
at the
up so
edge
many
of
lives.
like their trade.
محمد
Yeah.
روح خلاص اطلع الجنب. في جنب روح لجنبك هذه ما خلاص هذا. طلع.
everyone was perfect and
يب.
all was good.
طق جنب طلع.
But
طق سبيس طيب. يروح لهذيك الجنب.
like there'll be nothing
The
to
balance,
watch.
yin and yang.
Yeah, exactly.
Toby being the angel and JJ being the
بدي
devil.
بس اسباني.
Let's get to it.
في شيء اسمه upgrade. شوف.
Interesting.
Deep in the heart of the Caribbean lies an
Okay.
island that harbors the secret mansion of
Six
none other than
months.
Pablo Escobar. Far beyond all the tourists and sandy beaches, this idyllic getaway paradise is completely
Idyllic.
cut
That's my
off from the
favorite
rest
word
of the
right
world, and only around 800 farmers and fishermen currently inhabit it. It was the perfect spot for a perfectly secret chateau. And like its infamous owner, it too
برا
has
برا برا يلا يلا
race.
يلا.
Today, this
يبغون ما
massive
ندري.
manor is
طقة واحدة
completely
يشيل.
abandoned, left to the elements to decay and fall apart.
Sidemen hide and seek there. Come on.
Oi,
Come
I
on.
down,
mean,
down.
that would be a banger.
Sidemen
It
hide and
would
seek
be
in a
banger.
narco lair. Let's get it.
And we just never
I'll
find
just-
Harry.
We've got this pricey palace and its unfortunate fate. Pablo Escobar was a force to be reckoned with in the 1980s and 90s. He was the man who
حمود
got what
حمود.
he wanted, when he wanted, and from who he wanted.
بروح أصلي
In his
أوكي.
life, he was infamous in his town for illegal
صرح صلي
activities,
بالحق.
including theft, but that was just the beginning. His life of crime never slowed down or faltered in any way, and made his way to the head of the infamous Medellin cartel, and at one point was smuggling over 15 tons of illegal substances into the United States every day. Estimates put his net worth in 1989 at an astonishing $30 billion. This
wait,
back
damn.
Mr.
Back
Escobar
then
was
as
one of the
well.
world's richest men at the time.
In
Back then,
1989.
a trillion now. Like
See, I made a comment like this
No,
on
no,
one of the
no,
videos we
no,
did,
no,
and people
no.
didn't realize I was talking about inflation.
No, I
1989
wouldn't
to
say
now.
trillion. No. I'd say that's about 100 billion now.
Alright, yeah, probably more around that. What's the rate of inflation?
okay. Since
Put Vic in his
1989
office. Put him in his office.
Okay, no. There's been 2 times inflation. So times 2.17. So okay, 60
Just over
billion,
60
but
bill.
still.
When you've got a billion, you pretty much
You
run
don't.
the
You
world.
can't do it. Yeah, you can't do anything. We can't spend it.
Like, mate, if someone tries to cancel you, that won't mean shit. Imagine you have that much money and someone's trying to cancel
That's
you.
that shut up money. You slide them a quick meal and they shut up, bro.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. A quick mill.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
10 G's
I
and
guess.
most people shut up.
Yeah.
Alright.
Delete your Twitter. 10 grand. Yeah, calm.
And he certainly lived like it. He was the owner of 15 private jets, 6 helicopters, and more expensive cars than you could count. In fact, his brother Roberto Escobar has gone on record stating that at one point his brother was spending over $1,000 a month just on the rubber bands that held their money together. They had so much money that they were forced to bury it, where it would become the favorite snack of any rats in the area. At one point, this was such a problem that they started writing off 10% of their annual earnings in the money books, knowing full well that this money was ending up in the stomachs of rats. Who's hungry? And based on their income, that equates to $2.1 billion a year. As rat food, yeah.
Bro,
Bro, those rats eating better than most people.
Oh my god.
Oh my
goodness.
Rats just eating
money.
That's unreal.
And we haven't even gotten started on his luxury homes. While Escobar was well known for having properties in Miami, which recently sold for just over $10 million, he was also the proud owner of Hacienda Napoles, a 7.7 square mile estate built in Puerto Triunfo, a little town just 93 miles east of Medellin, Colombia. This estate is arguably his most famous chateau, as it's gone through quite the renovations over the years. In its prime, it had its very own zoo, complete with giraffes, rhinoceros, elephants, and even a dinosaur exhibit that housed real dinosaur fossils. Today, tourists...
When I heard real dinosaur, I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I was like, wait, how
عباك
was this
حمود
guy?
الحين بقصد
visit and explore his estate in style, as it was transformed into a family-friendly
اسمع
theme park. When valued in
صل
2006, it came to $5.5 billion. But in today's video, we want to talk about a lesser-known, but by no means less expensive estate. It's legendary for the lavish and wild parties that were once held there, and for serving as Mr. Escobar's summer home. And today, it acts as sort of a relic to Escobar himself, eerily paralleling his exuberant spending and his sudden downfall. This secret getaway house is completely abandoned, housing only wild plants and animals that currently dwell within, and sometimes on its white stone walls. Locally, Escobar's majestic manor is known as La Casa Grande, which literally translates to the big house. And we gotta say, the locals weren't wrong in that assessment, not by a long shot. La Casa Grande is found deep within the forests of the Caribbean, on a seemingly innocuous island known as La Isla Grande. This island paradise is only a few kilometers long, and the only way you're getting here is by special boat from Cartagena. But good luck getting someone to drive you there. After you arrive on the island, your best bet is to ask around for directions to La Casa Grande. You won't find directions on the internet, and you won't find signs pointing it out. Your only clue will be the trek through the thick forests. And after a few hours hike, you'll find this legendary abode. And once the trees start to clear, you'll come across an old pathway that leads to the spectacular white walls of La Casa Grande.
I'm not gonna lie, this sounds like an incredible Sidemen video. I can't lie. I'm game. I'm so game. I'm so game. I'm so game.
Well, we're saying, oh, should we do it? Should we do it? How are we gonna do it? It's good. Like, we can't even go to what?
When we can. When they open up travel to the Caribbean, hide and seek.
I'll take a 2-week quarantine to do it. I'll take a 2-week quarantine to do it.
I don't think that's worth it because that'll screw our whole schedule. But as soon as like Caribbean's open, it should be like hopefully later this year, maybe.
Nah, probably next year, mate.
Yeah, next year. Bro, that'd be sick because like the video would be more than just a hide and seek. We'd have to get there first, and then we play. And then we get there and we play hide and seek.
Jesus.
I'm very down.
La Casa Grande hasn't gotten the same treatment that Escobar's other estate, Hacienda Nopales, has received. You'll find no theme park here, no family-friendly zoo, and you likely won't see anyone in sight. This is because after Escobar's death, the Colombian government took control of his properties, and they have neglected La Casa Grande for years. As you walk around La Casa Grande, you'll see an overrun swimming pool with broken-down chalets that at one point confidently overlooked the ocean, but now are only a shadow of their former glory. This is exactly where visiting speedboats would have docked, but you won't see a working speedboat in sight. The closest thing you'll find to that is one of Escobar's luxury speedboats, which in 1989 would have cost $187,000. Continue on through the property, and you'll see the plants that overrun almost every inch of the manor, be it outdoor or indoor. Stroll through the once majestic gardens, and you'll likely spot wild pigs munching on vegetation, enjoying their midday lunch. A tragic fate to such a beautiful home that in its prime would have easily rivaled the cost of Escobar's other incredible mansion, Hacienda Napales. That means it could have been valued at $5 billion. In a way, it's sort of a shame that such an architectural wonder has been left to ruins. Remember, this was supposed to be a party house, the summer getaway for the leader of the Medellin cartel, the ideal spot for one of the richest men in the 1990s to relax and spend a little me time. At its height, there were over 300 fully furnished and eloquently designed rooms for guests to come and visit and party. No expense was spared when it came to Mr. Escobar's guest rooms, and that includes the solid gold shower heads in each of the bathrooms, likely valued at $1,400 a pop. But that's chump change when you're worth $30 billion. Back in the day, getting to La Casa Grande would likely mean you took a luxury speedboat, or maybe you flew in by helicopter. The pad is still there to this day, only it's nowhere near regulations if you think you can just fly over and land there now. Escobar was also known for having countless bodyguards on the site, who were trained to shoot on site if anyone stepped foot on the property that wasn't invited. One of his more ruthless bodyguards was Mr. John Haro Velasquez, also known by his nickname Popeye, but today you'll find no such guards protecting the home. In fact, the island has pretty much kept to itself over the years, and its roughly 800 inhabitants have continued to live their lives out as farmers and fishermen, paying little attention to the behemoth manor that once housed some of the rowdy